Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tintin57 and we're back on Tourist Bus Simulator. And you know, I'm starting to get a few orders now in career mode, and here's one. I've just done the outward bound part of this journey. So it's outward bound, it's like a circular tour as a return trip, and it's line 391, which is Morro Jebel to Ajoy. I'm going to call it Ajoy just for easiness. That might not be the way we pronounce it, but it's Morro Jebel to Ajoy. And the reason I picked this order is because look how much money you get paid if you complete this job. 4,180 euros. So it's worth doing, and I enjoyed the run down here so much. I thought I'm going to record this second half, then I can show it to you guys. And I want you in the comments to add any interesting orders that you've done. So you see the line number there is 391. If you picked up any orders that are really interesting like this one, share them in the comments below. I'll try and pick up that order and we'll try and run those either in videos or we'll run them as part of the next live stream. So let me know what you think about that. So this is 391. So let's get in. I'm still in the it's the MAN Lions Intercity R62 that I'm in, which is the one we've used on the previous videos. I've just arrived at Ajoy. I've just unloaded the passengers, and it's lovely down here. And this beach is really nice. I don't know if you've been down to this end. We'll just have a quick look at the map. This is the map. You can see Ajoy there on the coast. We did do a run from Ajoy. If you remember one of the earlier videos, I think it was the one where we were learning how to set up routes in free play. We went from west to east, and we set up a quick route which did start actually in Ajoy. So you can see here where we're going now. We're going back via Pahara, all down this coastline, and we'll be calling in at La Pared, then Costa Calma, then we'll be coming down, and this is the interesting bit. Esquinzo. This is the famous, very bendy section on the way down. So we're going to tackle that. And then we're going to come down to Jandia Playa. And finally, then we'll arrive at Morro Jebel. So it's quite a long route. As I say, I've run it the other way. And I've just arrived. So first thing we need to do is get on the other side of the road. So there is a turning point on the beach, which is going to be interesting. This bus could do with a clean, but we'll sort that out later. So let's get the doors closed and then we can be underway. We'll go back into the driver's position. This is going to be a tight section, this, and it would help if I put it in gear, of course. So let's do that. We'll take the parking brake off. Right, let's go. Hang on a sec. There is somebody coming up the side of us. Right, let's go this time. So let's just get around. See, these are all very tight, these bends. And we need to go onto the beach, as you'll see. That's where the route map is taking me. Got a little bit of a traffic jam here. Actually, the back end of the bus is sticking out a little bit, so it's good that the AI just waited. So let's just wait for this bit of traffic to clear. Hope everyone's still having fun with the game, by the way. Still no patch for the PS5 at the time of recording this. Fingers crossed it comes soon. I think you'll know when I'm playing with the patch installed, because those black pavements or sidewalks will have disappeared. They'll be a different colour. Now, let's have a look at the traffic here. So it's quite busy coming down that hill, so we need to wait really. Clear after this blue TT. Let's go. There is somebody coming up the hill though. Oh, this is straight into the road sign. See what I mean? It's very, very tight. Wait till we get to the twisty road. That is fun. Let's say that. Now I can't quite work it. Oh, I know what it's saying. It's asking us to turn around on the beach, as I mentioned, then go back the way we just came. So I need to be careful here because I don't want to ground it. I'm just going to follow the sat nav. I don't quite know where the road is here. This seems a bit ridiculous, if I'm honest. Let's just pop outside. You can see we're grounding it. We're grinding it down a little bit. And I'm going to reverse. This is where the sat nav is taking me, which is the strange thing. I mean, maybe I'm not meant to come this far down the beach. Maybe that's... But I'm right on the sat nav, look. So let's just take it slow. We see we're crunching it now. Right, we'll go back the way we came in. I told you this was an interesting route. I just didn't think it'd be interesting right away. We're gonna struggle here, aren't we? You know what I'm tempted to do? Go straight across there, but that's not what we're meant to do. I think I'll go lower down the beach. I think that's what I'll do. So let me just bring it backwards. There's actually you can see the contours of a hill there on the beach. So let's just do this properly. See if we can go left slightly. You just see there, you see it's difficult to make out, but there is a hill there to our right. So if I go as slow as possible around the bottom of here, has it got me stuck? No, we're still going, but it's rough. There must be a better way than this. Look at all the rocks appearing because of the scenery glitch. Right, let's get back and see if we can get back onto this road without grounding it. I think it's gonna do it again if we're not careful. Just take it slow. Just hope nobody else wants to turn around. Right. Thankfully, we're okay. Now, we need to go back the way we came and to that opposite bus stop, so let's do that. We'll then be able to go to the main part of the route that I wanted to show you, because it does involve some distance. And I was playing it and I thought, I really like this one. And of course, once you've run one of these routes, you can then permanently assign it to one of your drivers. And once again, we're going to struggle. Let's see if we can get around. There is no road sign this time that we can clip. Look at this traffic jam though. It's because because Joy is kind of the end of the road, if you will. So once you're down here, there's only one way out. But as I say, honestly, this is nothing until we get to that twisty road. Permanent vehicles turning this way, so let's just take a look. Now, I could do with that guy moving, because if he's there, I can't do a thing. But unless I go, I don't think he's going to move. Now he's moved. Right, can I come forward and then spin it in? Or is that guy going to now be in my way? Right, let's do this as we would. We still hit something. We can't win, can we? We've no passengers on board yet, so that's fine. This is our first pickup. Let's get the indicators on. These people will just be glad to leave safely, I think. So that was already a bit of an adventure. I think that's everybody on board. Right. Try and swing a little bit. Here they come again. It's just this is one thing about the AI that I would like them to change, because it is difficult. They don't stop, you know, far enough away, and they could easily do that. You know, if you're driving one of those cars in real life and you see me, there's another road sign gone. You see me in this bus coming out at the end of there, you would stop. You don't want to risk your own car getting smashed, especially these tight roads. Anyway, we'll carry on. So we're leaving a Joy. I noticed one difference in the career mode, which is different to the free play mode, is that we get, in free play, we get a distance to our next stop. We don't get that in the HUD for the career mode. That would be a handy feature if we could get that. I mean, it doesn't really make a massive difference, but I quite like to know how long of a run we've got between each stop. Same in all driving type games, especially, you know, Train Sim World. I like to know the distance between the two stops, so similar would be nice, but it's not a deal breaker. So it is actually on the HUD, it's 4 minutes past 7 at night. It's still quite light. I think we are, yeah, we're in July still, so 25th of July. So we're in summer, so it looks good. So I've been practicing using the brakes as well, and just learning to try to brake a little bit earlier so I don't slide the tyres. It's not always working, but I'm getting a little bit better. It's just knowing the roads and knowing the route, really, and plus keeping your eye on the sat nav just allows you to stop that little bit sooner. The other thing as well, you've got to watch these dips in the road, because you can ground the bottom of the bus with some of these. On the way down, the one that we just went down then, I actually did ground it to begin with, which is what made me remember to tell you that. So this is Pahara. We'll keep checking the map as we go along as well, just so you can keep up with where we are on the route. Oh, and another road sign goes. That's a shame. Yeah, the bus doesn't seem that long, but looking in that right-hand mirror there, it seems longer than it actually, you know, is. There is a lot of challenge in this. I mean, you know how many hours I've been spending on this so far. I across the early access and the live streams, etc., etc. And you know, still, it is difficult to get around some of these bends. So I'm not worrying about it too much. Yes, you do get a penalty at the end, but it's going to take quite a while to get used to the length of the buses. Let's have a quick look outside, just make sure everybody is off that wants to get off. All the passengers are saying hello. It is dirty, this bus. Do need to get it cleaned. Hopefully you all know how to do that. I'll put a little video together, as I did with how to plan a route and how to take it to an external repair shop. I think those videos are good just as references for new players. It is confusing when you first jump into career mode. There's a heck of a lot to do. The tutorial part of it moves very, very fast, and it can be a little bit confusing. So as I come up with things that I think will be useful, I'm going to try to put up a small sort of tutorial for it. Whoa, look at this guy. Now that definitely wasn't my fault. That definitely wasn't my fault. He quite clearly had a stop sign. Unless I've previously already crashed into the stop sign and knocked it down, so you can play dumb and say it wasn't even there. That's one issue with the AI. As I said earlier, when we're in a joy, it doesn't always behave itself, and that was a pure example. You can't always trust them to stop. Same on the roundabouts, as we've seen in the live streams. They don't always observe the roundabout rules either. So just be wary as you're driving now, because all these crashes just cost you XP if you're leveling up, cost you XP, cost you money. What it also does though is damage the bus, and you saw, if you watch the external repair video that I did yesterday, you'll see, you know, the kind of prices you're paying to have the bus repaired. So some tuning of the AI is in order, I think, and I hope that comes. Let's get that first patch out for PlayStation first, and then we'll see what's in that. But I do love the fact that you can look ahead there. You can see the traffic snaking between the two hills there. And there's a lot of traffic down this end. So you'll remember I've got the AI traffic set to 75%. But there's quite a lot of traffic, considering that I've set it to that. I didn't want to set it any lower than 75% because I didn't want to cut it all out. I might try it on 50% and see what a difference that makes. It might make a difference when we're in the small towns and we're trying to navigate the small towns. It might be worthwhile doing that just as a tip, until you get used to the size of the bus around those tight corners, just to reduce the amount of AI. You can then just focus on getting around the corners. And we just grounded it again after I mentioned that specifically. But this is a good view. Look at this view. It looks great. Got the coastline there on the right hand side. And I've got my finger off the throttle at the moment, just running down here. We're still doing 75 kilometers per hour. Just want to put some brake in, because there's always a bend, and here it is coming up. There's always a bend to try and catch you on these faster straights. But look at that view. That view is great. slid the brakes very slightly there. So remember, this is route 391. So if you want a good challenge, if you're in the bigger bus, or if you're in the minibus and you just want a good run, have a look in the orders for route 391. It'll take you a while to complete it. As you'll see, we're running half of it. So, you know, when we get to the end, just double it time-wise. But if you want to save up plenty of money to buy new buses, etc., etc., then this is a good one to do. Because some of the routes pay a matter of sort of 500 euros, don't they? But this one was over 4,000. So I think we're off to La Pared next, if I remember rightly. In fact, let's check the map now, because we've moved from Ajoy now. We've come down from Ajoy, we've come from Pahara. And yeah, we're going to La Pared, then we'll be at Costa Calma. So on the live stream, the last live stream that we did, one of our viewers asked me what was my opinion on the longevity of this game, and I answered the best I could. But to be quite honest, you know, the map's not going to change. The map's never going to change. The only thing, well, we already know what the DLC buses are going to be as well. So as far as new content goes, it's likely that there's not going to be any new content. You can just look at the PC version, which has been out several years, to see what position the game is in and what DLC is available, and it will be mirrored on the consoles. So there won't be any new content. So as for longevity, I think that depends on you as a player. I think it's a very subjective question, isn't it? So far, and I should have looked how many hours I've put in so far, but so far I'm really enjoying it. I haven't got any complaints at all, apart from, you know, such as this curb on the roundabout. We've talked about that though extensively. That's going to be fixed in the patch, but I haven't got any real problems with it at all, and I find it really fun. I actually feel what's important for me on all these types of simulators. Doesn't matter what it is, if it's Train Sim World 2, if it's on the road, doesn't matter what it is. If I feel immersed enough to actually think that it's like I'm doing an actual job, then it's got lots of playability for me. If I come in and I'm just thinking, I'm just driving around, that's just no use, then yeah, longevity, I don't know about the longevity of that. But this, I'm coming in and I feel like I'm running an actual bus service across the island, taking holidaymakers from the beaches to not meant to be turned down there, from the beaches to these towns, you know, more inland, and it actually, I'm quite immersed in it, and that really helps with longevity. I don't know what you guys think. I can see myself playing this for quite a while, even if there is not many DLC. You know, until we get something else like it, and something similar, and the next one that's like it could actually be from the same developers. You know, if they bring any of their other titles over from PC, then we could have something similar. But maybe until then, you know, for me, I'll keep playing it. I maybe won't play it hours and hours every week, but when I want to do something relaxing, you know, I'm going to open that door again, actually, because I can't tell if these guys are getting on or off. I might not play it for hours and hours, but if I want to relax and do something, you know, that doesn't involve shooting or, you know, any kind of Call of Duty or Battlefield type thing, this is a kind of relaxing game that I can go into. So a bit like Train Sim World, I always put that on to relax more than anything. It's quite therapeutic, you know, after a busy day working. But yeah, let me know what you think about longevity if you've already been playing this. I'm interested to know how other people think of it. I think of games like this. They're never going to be major titles. They're very niche sort of audience, aren't they? But if you've been waiting for something like this, then I think this ticks the box. I haven't got any complaints. Right, we're on to our next stop, which I believe is Costa Calma. Because we're running down to this southern coast right now. On the live streams, we've been around this area a few times. Because going south, there are not much option. There's not much option. There's just one main road that kind of takes you all the way down to the south and up to Cafetti, which is the furthest point, the furthest town you can get to. So let's get onto the main carriageway whilst we've got a chance. So there's the road signs for Costa Calma. We'll be coming off. .500 meters. Just easing the brakes. It does take a while though, because the brakes are sensitive. It takes a while to get the speed down without skidding the brakes, and as I said, although I'm getting slightly better, it's going to take a while. And these are really tight, these roundabouts. There we go. So straight down this hill to Costa Calma. And then after this is where the fun starts, once we get out of Costa Calma. So the light is just starting to change a little bit. It's just after 8 PM. So we talked about the day-night cycle in previous videos. You can just start to see just down here in Costa Calma that it is slightly, ever so slightly darker. Sort of the beginning of the sunset, perhaps. Which again is important for a game like this, which is based, you know, in the sort of Spain area. You don't want it sunny all the time when you're playing. Ah, I just clipped another road sign, wouldn't you believe it? Okay, so we've got that chap wanting to turn in, so let's swing this one out. And here's our Costa Calma stop. So let's get these fine people on board. Just open the doors. So I'm not using, you notice I'm not using the parking brake at all these stops, because some of these stops are quite flat. You just don't need to. Now, if you're doing it properly and safely, I guess you want to put the parking brake on. But unless I start rolling, I think I'll see what happens. Right, so that's everybody on board. There's a couple of people just got off. You just see them walking in the distance in the right hand mirror. So we'll get the doors closed and we'll get underway. Just let this chap go past. We'll just have a quick look at the map now. So we're leaving Costa Coma back up onto the main motorway. And we come all the way down. Just zoom out slightly. Then we've got the big one, which is the Esquinzo, with the windy sort of path down to the bottom. That's the interesting bit. And from there, we're going through Jandia Playa and then on to our final stop, which is at Morro Jable. And the street lights are starting to come on now. Just let this traffic pass. Oh, he's waiting for us. That's good. We'll try and get out before this chap. Trying not to bump him. It's difficult. So I'm building up some money now in the company budget, and the plan will be to take on another driver quite soon, I think. Oh, look at this guy. He couldn't wait, could he? Let's get it in reverse. So I will take on another driver. I'll buy a bus. I'll buy a bus that I don't own, I think, for the next one. And then I might assign this one to the new driver and I'll take the new bus. I am keen to get a couple of drivers in so that we can start to build up the money. But I'm also keen to level up as well, because you unlock different things as you level up in the career mode. So that's quite important too. This is going to be a tight one. We've got a road sign on our right. We need to avoid the curb if possible, and we've got a road sign right in front of us. Can we squeeze past? Just. It was tight. Try and centre the wheel again. Okay, so we are on to Esquinzo. And lots of people have commented about this particular road down to this town. And I did run it, as I said, the first part of this route, the outward bound journey, I did go through I had a couple of little bumps, as you would expect. But as long as you take it slow, it's not too bad. So we'll see how we get on with this. But I hope you're enjoying this route. Again, let me know if there's any that you've run. Let me know the route number, because from the order screen it's easy to pick up the same route. And let's share some interesting ones. Let's keep the interest going. So you know you get into the south when the sandstorms start blowing down the road. All beach at this end, quite close to the coastline, of course. See that the town that we're looking for is just below those buildings there. I think this will be our exit. Looks like it. You can see the tower on the sat-nav coming up now. Esquinzo. So if you're still using the minibus in career mode and you run this one, you should be alright with this route. If you're running the Skyliner, you might be in trouble. That's all I'll say. So let's try and get around. We've got to swing it around. As soon as the back end clears the roundabout, you've got to really swing it round to make it through they're very tight. Quick check. Although the guy on the right hand side here should wait for me. Okay, this is interesting. Here we go. If you can get down here with little to no AI, you're very lucky. Just take it slow. We want to avoid as many crashes as possible just because of the amount of money we want to make at the end, and you know, we don't want to lose all that money. So somebody's, you know, the AI there is waiting for me. That's what I would expect to see right across the map, but it's not happening. This is a very tight bend, so I'm going to steal some of this and then try and swing it. Just hope that nobody's coming the other way, so we look pretty good. Oop, a little bit too fast there on that bend. Let's just get it under control again. Somebody passing us. Just there. Yeah, he's hit the back of us there. Right, we'll continue. Let's just get past this barrier. There we go. Yeah, there's a bit of a grudge there. So I'm going to try and swing it again. Just try and look out to the... Yeah, he's waiting, so that's good. Thank you, sir. That's the sensible thing to do. You know, you can't always tell where the right-hand side of the bus is as well. So, you see here, I'm sneaking towards this barrier, I think. I don't think I'm going to get that. Let's just... There is somebody behind me as well. I just needed that little bit of reverse. Let's get a full lock on. He's waiting, so that's nice of him. Now, we should be able to just... Now, what I did there was I was concentrating on steering so bad that I pressed the wrong button and reset us, and now look, it's put us going the wrong way, so we don't want that. Can I cycle through? Wow. So this is a problem with the resetting as well. The one place we didn't want to get reset is here, and it's reset us. So we're facing the wrong way. Right, we're going to have to just... There's two things we can do here, isn't there? We can go back to the top of the hill, which I don't really want to do. Or we can try and turn. I don't think we can turn here, can we? And I don't think I can reverse down the hill. Right, we're going to get some bumps here, I think. This is all because I hit the wrong button. Yeah, there's a barrier there. We're not gonna do that. Now we're getting trouble the other way. So this is one of the problems with the game. I don't quite know how we're gonna get through this one now. Right. What I want to try to do. And the thing is to remember, you know, in my keenness to actually do the steering correctly, it's when I pressed in the left stick, the steering stick, which then does the reset. And this guy's trying to overtake me now, and all I want to do, because we're right near the end, is try to get back down the hill, and this ain't gonna happen either, is it? I'm going to try it though. Because it's the game's fault we're in this position, to be honest. Not our own. We're going to make the best of a really terrible situation. And he's going to block that hole that I've just made now. Now, where is that going to reset me? Okay, it's reset us now where we want to be. But I need to. I still need to turn around. So let me. Right, let me get back to where I need to be. This is a nightmare, isn't it? I'm gonna need to reverse. I need that guy to not move. There is a road sign there. Can I get past this chap? This isn't the way I wanted to arrive in this town. Let me just put it back here so I can see where it is we are going. So we need to come back on ourselves. So if I can reverse into that right hand road. But of course now everybody is trying this with me once more. Let me go on this. Let me do it this way. And then I want to reverse, but somebody's going to come behind me. I know they will. If I can just make it to that. If I can just make it in here. Of course the trees are all getting in my way. Then I need to just try to get to our stop now. If I can get this around. Okay, I think we're back on track just for now. The thing to say is, just don't give up. You know, that was a glitch in the game. The reset that I pressed was fine. It should have reset me in the correct direction, and now actually in all that time it's gone dark, so let me put some lights on. That was not the demonstration I was trying to give, but that's how we recover. And there isn't, I don't think, apart from the mountain section, I don't think there is a worse place in the game for the reset not to work. So fates were against us in this one. But at least I was able to recover, and we can see the end of the route. If we were on Twitch now, somebody would be clipping that one. Right, let's get to this stop. These people have had a show. They'll be wondering what the heck is going on. Right, door's open. That was interesting, to say the least. Let's hope we do better going up the hill. Because we've only got to go now from this town back onto the main road and down to Jandia Player, then finally down to Morro Jail. That's it. So we're definitely going to arrive late. I don't think there's any debate about that one. I was just so desperately trying to steer, just the slightest press in of the left stick made the reset happen, which isn't a problem in itself, but Let's continue. We're going back up the hill, and then we're in the clear. As far as difficulty goes. It takes these so wide that it's difficult to see what you're doing. I'm going to get a lock on here so I can get around. Don't quite know what I clipped then. Didn't see anything in that mirror, but anyway. This is even worse in the dark, you know. I'm hoping everybody's gone home for the night and they don't want to meet us coming around here. Wouldn't you know it? Alright, let's try. Is there somebody behind us? Keeping the brake on with your left finger and actually using this realistic control scheme is a bit tricky on the controller. So trying to put it in reverse there and back to drive while holding the brake is takes some getting used to. Okay, there's one successful turn. Don't know if we'll be able to do the same here. Anybody waiting for us here? No, and we're at the roundabout. Thank goodness for that. Try this route, it's a challenge. That's what I'll say. Yeah, I'm glad that you don't have to do a perfect with no bumps, etc. to be able to complete the route and get paid, because can you imagine that? That would be so frustrating. I mean, you haven't known me do a route yet where I haven't bumped something somewhere. If that be the case, then I wouldn't be able to play this. It would be very frustrating. But as it is, it'll just knock some money off and some XP. It's fine. So Gender Player is the next place we will be stopping. Oh, what is that over on the right? Is that a lighthouse? That's pretty neat, I must admit. That's a lighthouse. That beam actually looks very good. I'm not gonna lie. The way they've been able to do that is actually pretty good. But there is a town here. What would they do? Would they not shield the light in real life? Would they not shield the light from the town so it wasn't shining on the town? Not sure. I bet if you live here it can be a bit annoying. So this is Jandia Player. We've got one more stop. And that's just done. What an adventure. At least you've had a bit of entertainment, let's say that much. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I don't think I've been down here at night before, so I've not seen the effect of that lighthouse. Okay, the traffic's waiting for us. A few late night cafes and restaurants still open. Mind you, it is only 26 minutes past 9. I guess on these Spanish islands nobody is around until late at night. Everyone's on holiday. Probably its busiest period. So we're going all the way around. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Morro Jebel. I can highly recommend this route for the challenge benefit, and once you finish, for the rewards, providing we've got any rewards left. We can see, because it should tell me once I get to the end. Should tell me about that. So this time we will put it in neutral, put the parking brake on. The doors open. And hopefully we will get the summary screen. We just need to give it a minute. All stops have been approached, no passengers left behind. I did actually get a trophy there. The service rating was 70%, that wasn't bad. Crashes 11. 684 XP. And I've reached level 4. I've got a way to go to catch up to some of you guys, but that was Route 391. That was half of Route 391, so I hope you enjoyed it. Certainly was entertaining, even for me. Leave me a like if you enjoyed it. As always, that will really help me. Please sub to the channel and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. And I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.